In this video, I really want to talk to you about kind of the opposite of what I talked about in yesterday's video. Yesterday, we talked about slowing down and even dead sticking your baits, keeping them absolutely still in order to get bites. Now, in this video, I actually want to talk about speeding your bait up and how speeding your bait up at times, especially during these hot summertime months, can help you to get a lot more bites. Now, before we get into the video, this one's brought to you by my apparel company, Finn Fishing. You guys know that I am very proud of the USA made sun shirts that I have, one of the only USA made sun shirts out there on the market. I also have a number of other different products, but truly the best way of helping to support this channel and the Bass Fishing HQ channel is simply shopping at Finn Fishing. I actually package all the goods up myself and ship them out. I'm also the customer service. So anyways, if you guys would like to help support this channel, click those links for Finn Fishing. I greatly appreciate it. All right, let's talk about speeding your bait up. Let's talk about this. And the reason that I want to talk about this is because yesterday's video, I was reading through some of the comments, and one of the guys that was on there said that he said that I just listened to almost the exact opposite thing on a different channel, is what he basically said. I was talking about slowing down. He had heard speeding up on a different channel. And I want to be very clear about this. Guys, there are no absolutes. There are no, there's nothing in bass fishing that is always going to be the same. And I think that it's very important to, like, I highly suggest listening to a lot of different content creators out there, YouTubers out there, because everybody has experienced different things on different bodies of water. And that is what can help you on the bodies of water that you face, because you might just hear little things here and little things there that when you apply them to your fishing can really help you. And so the other thing is that this is what bass fishing is. Like, there's always guys who do things a little bit different. Now, with that being said, in the summertime or in highly pressured situations, what I always like to think about is that all bass fishermen are kind of on like this spectrum of things that we do. You know, you have bass fishermen that fish really slow or really fast. You have bass fishermen who fish really little stuff, bass fishermen who fish really big stuff. But a lot of us, the majority of us, live right here in the middle. And the reason that I say that is because we all kind of read the same magazines. We all kind of listen to the same content. We all watch the same tournaments. We all hear a lot of the exact same things. And therefore, when we go out to the body of water, we do a lot of the exact same things. So with that being said, today and yesterday, I've talked a lot about speed of our baits. And when it comes to the speed of your baits, a lot of anglers are going to live in the center of that spectrum. Now, yesterday, I talked about slowing your baits down, dead sticking your bait, letting it sit there for 30 seconds, how that actually helped me in a recent tournament. Now, on the opposite side of that spectrum is speeding your baits up. And this is actually something that I do a lot. Yesterday, I talked a little bit more about soft plastic baits. In this video, in this video, I'm talking a little bit more about hard plastic baits and baits that you can efficiently fish fast and how that can really help you to get more bites. And this is something that it can actually work on the exact same day or even in the same time frame. And here is a perfect example of this, because this time last year on a certain body of water, I was on a really good deep cranking bite, and I was using a deep diving crankbait, a silent version. I was casting that thing out, and I was absolutely ripping this thing across the bottom. I mean, as fast as I could turn the reel handle, I was bringing this thing, and I was catching a lot of fish, highly pressured bass on that technique. This time, in some of those exact same places this year, I've had to slow way down. I've tried to do those fast approaches, and I've had to slow way down. Now, the reason that I'm saying this, I'm not talking about slowing down again. What I'm saying is that every fishery is a little bit different, and year after year, things can be a little bit different. So when you go out to a body of water, I think it's good to try a lot of different things. If you know where a group of fish is, this is where it really comes in handy. If you know, hey, there's a group of fish on the end of this hump or on the end of this point or on this ledge, like maybe you can see them with your electronics, maybe you just know that there's a group of fish there, then that is when I like to experiment. Throw a bait down there, rip it across the bottom. Throw a worm down there and drag it as slow as you possibly can. I think that it is so important to just understand that not only are different fisheries different, but also different times of the day can be vastly different. You might get to one school of fish and you have to rip that bait in the morning, and by the end of the day you have to drag something really slow, or the exact opposite. But in this video, right now, I really just want to say that fishing things a little bit faster than the norm in summertime and in those highly pressured lakes can really help you to just catch more fish. And one of the things that I also want to talk about is that even with your soft plastic baits, there is a speed that can really help you. Now, we talked yesterday about fishing really slow, but sometimes having a bait that's very fast, that falls very fast, can also be an efficient way to catch a lot of bass. A number of years ago, I was actually fishing it was a smaller lake, but I had been fishing this exact same lake. I was young, literally all year, fishing it every single day. And a lot of flipping and pitching was done at this lake. I was primarily flipping and pitching wood cover on this lake. Well, the bass in this lake, literally from just me, had got so much pressure that I realized that I could not get big bites from fish if I was using a 3/8 ounce or 1/2 ounce. And the reason being is that was the primary weight that I used every time that I went out there. Whether I was fishing a crawdad style bait, a beaver style bait, a worm, I would use a 3/8 or 1/2 ounce size weight. So what I do one day, I decided for whatever reason, let's just step up to a 1 ounce weight. I did not need a 1 ounce weight to fish in wood cover. As a matter of fact, it made it a little bit more difficult to fish in that wood cover. But the thing is that 1 ounce weight would plummet a bait past those fish. It literally had to be going, like it was going so fast past them, it forced them to make a reaction. It made them do it. All those same fish that had seen my 3/8, my 1/2 ounce bait drop past their face, that they knew, hey, that thing is not real or whatever. Like I had put that much pressure on this certain body of water. It was only 13 acres, just so you guys know. It was very small. But if I put that 1 ounce weight on and started fishing, the number of big bass that I caught went way up, simply because it calls you a reaction strike. So the point of this video is really to let you guys know that there are definitely days where you need to speed things up. There are definitely days where you need to slow down. You just got to experiment. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment below. Don't forget to check out that fin fishing gear, and I will see you guys tomorrow.